Well, we were talking about this past weekend when Ida was setting its sights on New Orleans and southern Louisiana, of course, that it eventually could bring heavy rain and a flooding concern to Connecticut, and that is indeed the case. Here is the very latest with regard to the storm impact from the remnants. Heavy rain and flooding is certainly the top end issue here, to where it could be possibly, quite excessive in the rainfall department later on this evening and tonight. So we could get some damaging wind. It's a very low end there, but coastal flooding also low. There's a slight chance for an isolated tornado. More on that in just a moment. The big concern, of course, not only heavy rain, but that the rain is coming onto an already saturated ground. If we look specifically at meteorological summer, June, July, and August, a third place finish for third wettest. The month of August alone with 8.8 inches, including, of course, Henri and the remnants of Fred, certainly, setting the stage for this concern for flooding. Because of that, we do have from the National Weather Service, their excessive rain outlook has us in the high risk category that includes a good part of Connecticut, west-southwestward from there. Again, this is for the peak later on this evening, tonight, into early tomorrow morning. Our view from Hartford showing, of course, a lot of clouds, rain coming down, similar scene from New Haven as well as from Old Saybrook right now. And across the state, you can see the band of heavy rain, those yellows, oranges, and reds, kind of lifting from southwest to northeast. So while it's raining in Hartford, the intensity of the rain will certainly be picking up here briefly. And temperatures range from the mid to upper 60s across the state right now. And these temps are not going to be moving much at all as we make our way through the afternoon. So we have the center of circulation down across West Virginia. In advance of that, where a warm front has moved through, a tornado watch has been posted, and it's along this boundary as it lifts into southern New England later this evening and into the overnight hours that we could actually see a potential, at least, especially across southern Connecticut and the shoreline in southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island, for a brief spin up, a brief tornado, as we often see with tropical systems as they move across land. So we saw it, of course, with Fred as well as with Henri here across the region. So Futurecast painting the picture here of very heavy rain as we make our way through the evening into the overnight hours, not just the yellows and oranges, but reds and even some purple showing up, really speaking to the intensity of the rain. While we're sleeping tonight is when we could get rainfall rates at around 1 to 2 inches an hour. By tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., pardon me, the rain is winding down from west to east, and we should get some clearing underway in about 24 hours from now. So the sun comes out tomorrow. So with regard to how much rain we could see, we're talking about 2 to 4 inches. 2 to 5 inches here in Connecticut. Highlighting areas, especially to the west and northwest of Interstate 84, you see these whites and shades of gray showing up. That's where we could see 5 to 7 inches with even locally higher amounts. This is the latest take from the European model. When we look at the GFS, a similar placement with the axis of heavy rain, again, to the west and northwest of Interstate 84. So, here in our state, we could see some totals eclipse 5, 6, perhaps even 7 inches. So that will really heighten that concern for flooding later on tonight into early tomorrow morning. So we're going to be monitoring that for you as well as any possible rotation. We've staffed up the weather center, so we're going to be covering things around the clock this evening, tonight, and into early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, we've got some clearing underway. Temps top out in the 70s. A northwesterly breeze will usher in some drier air, mid-70s on Friday, with a beautiful end to the weekend. And the upcoming holiday weekend, 77 on Saturday after starting off in the upper 40s and low 50s. Sunday, there's a slight chance for an isolated shower or storm, a bit of an uptick in humidity, but not a washout by any means. Then Labor Day Monday, low 80s and dry with sun and clouds for shoreline highs getting progressively warmer over the course of the 3-day weekend.